number 2, YEP webinar. Build your own remote control business online series. Hello, this is Tulshi Sen, and Neil is assisting me, Neil Thompson.
Good evening, everybody.
Neil,
yeah, I'm here.
And of course, Brian Hendricks is trying to get in, and as soon as he gets in, he will say hello.
Yes.
He'll say hello, and in the meantime, while we are doing this, I will ask you to make notes, because everything that we are saying here is going to be recorded. And what we are going to do today is the most exciting thing. We're going to look at the choices we have in life. Freedom means the ability to choose whatever we want to do, be, and have. Freedom is not only money. Money doesn't give us freedom. But freedom to do with our lives what we want to do is freedom, the choice. So let's begin. And let's begin here is just imagine the possibilities. Here's an example of what is happening in the world today. Not today, really. This article, this is an excerpt from an article that we got in Newsweek, was in year 2000. The example you're about to see was reported in the Newsweek magazine, July, September 2000, in a special edition. It was called The New Asia. After you see this, your mind will open up to a new world of possibilities. You see, it's almost 10 years ago this article was published in Newsweek. 10 years today is almost like 50 years of pre-internet era.
That was just basically the start of the internet in a way, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all on the eve, on the end of Clinton era almost.
Yeah, exactly.
The name Yoshiko Oyamada. She was age 27 then. Occupation, housewife, and internet entrepreneur. This is how the world operates today, and that was 2000, and Newsweek reports this. Liberated by the Internet, by George Webfritz. Empowerment can come in small packages. Just ask Yoshiko Oyamada, a 27-year-old housewife who runs a business between diaper changes and feedings at her suburban Kobe home. Her modest liberation began when 6 months pregnant. She took up online shopping to avoid long treks to the department store. A passion for gardening soon yielded an inspiring discovery. Nobody on the internet was selling Yosei Yu or living bouquets. She filled that niche last November. That must be Brian coming in. Huh?
Either that or Yoshida was dropping her Yosei Yu.
Here's somebody's mic. That is.
Probably. That is
Brian.
You've got a good sense of humor, Neil.
What an entrance.
That's weird.
She filled that niche last November when she launched it. Okay. She filled that niche last November when she launched her e-business, Green Ribbon, and began offering live flower arrangements shipped by parcel delivery service across Japan in rustic soiled filled baskets. It is definitely not a high volume operation, as her homepage informs visitors. Her duties as a stay-home mom limit her output to just 5 arrangements per day. I work when I find time, mostly when my children sleep, she says. My customers understand. You see, one thing you have to understand, she followed her passion. Remember last time I told you, you can make your hobby into a business. You can make your interest into a business. Today, the value of the old system of business has changed. Conventional concept of small business has lost its value. Every small business has the making of a big business. The old-fashioned craftsman selling his wares and crafts locally has been lost in cyberspace and in the World Wide Web. You can take the same craft and go worldwide, and immediately. Just think, one internet year today is equal to at least 15 calendar years of before. What does that mean? What we could do in 15 years before, now we do it in 1 year. Just think, when we had to send out a mail and receive a reply back, it took us at least a week. And if you were in a remote place, it would probably take 2 weeks. Now it takes 5 minutes. We live in internet years now. We don't live in calendar years. We use it as a dateline. Internet is life, pulse of economy. Today's economy is life, pulse economy is internet. Health and education all depend on internet. If the internet is shut down, life almost comes to a standstill. But you have to make haste slowly. We are not going to stress ourselves out. We are going. It does not mean we need to run 15 times faster. We have to use this technology efficiently for our well-being. Technology changes lifestyle. Just for example, let's think of this. Humankind, our ancestors, when they looked for food, they used bows and arrows. All of our ancestors. But with the advent of technology, we now hunt with guns. If we do hunt with bows and arrows, it's a hobby. It's an interest. So if you're still thinking of just opening up a taxi service, a gas station, good. You can do it. It depends on how big the community is. But today, no matter where you are and where you will be, you can build a business with very little money, if any, if you're smart enough, and then go worldwide. Most of the businesses that you say today, including the Google, the mighty Google, was started by 2 little boys, Bryn and Page. I think it's in the garage.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's in the garage. Microsoft, of course, Apple, Wozniak and Steve Jobs started in a garage. Today, iPod, Apple is a name. It didn't take much. It takes imagination. And that's what we have to make ourselves break free. Today, we used to send telegraphs before. We can't live in the old way anymore. We used to send telegraphs before, dot, 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 dash, dash, dash. I don't know. I don't think many of the youth today who's listening to me will know what a telegraph is. I remember we used to have a joke when I was in school, because every letter needed some money. You had to pay for every letter that you sent out. So we were in a boarding school. So if a boy wrote us to his father a telegraph, he thought a telegraph would make it very important. And he says, "No man, no fun, your son." He thought, that'll get my father going. Send me some money. So his father replied, "How sad, too bad, your dad."
That's beautiful.
But this joke, our youths of today cannot find a reference point for this joke. They don't know what a telegraph is. And with the advent of technology, we don't send telegraphs, we send emails, which is faster than regular mail even.
Could be good text messages.
Yes, text messages. Resisting technology is resisting progress. Embracing technology is key to advancement. We have to be bold and forward-thinking. Yes, change is always resisted. Two things we always affect us. One is insecurity, and you know what? We are not insecure. Nobody's insecure. We came to this world where we could not even feed ourselves, we could not clothe ourselves, we could not clean ourselves. And look, we are listening to this webinar. And change is the way. Yesterday cannot be like today. Today cannot be like yesterday. If winter comes, spring is not far behind. So change will take place. Without change, there is stagnation. So you have to be bold and forward-thinking. Fortune, there's a famous quotation, fortune favors the bold. And today, there's nothing more important than being bold and taking that step to change. We have the freedom. We have the choice. Tonight, we'll show you how to build a business online from scratch, as I had told you in the letter. We'll discuss how to develop ideas for products that you may want to start your business with. The most exciting part of this webinar is that you will know how people are making money, remote control, from anywhere in the world, and you can too. They can be anywhere. Like last time we told you that I did a webinar from a coffee shop called Puppy House in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and spoke to the world from there. And the world listened. So let us roll up our sleeves and get started on this great adventure. We'll start from scratch. You don't need any previous experience. This will be more exciting than the computer games we usually play. As a matter of fact, let me tell you something. This will be so interesting that is impossible to get unexcited. I can hardly wait to wake up to a new idea, a new thing. This is because everything that you need is in your fingertips. Internet is the business of today. The whole idea is if you are not in the internet or your business is in any way, shape, or form does not involve the internet, you are living in prehistoric times. You're living in a dinosauric age. The banks, the medicine, the health, education, as you will see here, we have to learn how the business works, even if you're looking for a job. If somebody hires you and you don't know how internet business works, you are at a disadvantage. Most careers of today will demand that you have knowledge about online business. So even if you don't want to start a business, to get a job, this webinar will give you a heads up in getting employment. The governments of the world have gone online. They collect taxes online. So what are you waiting for? So let's get started. See, everything starts with a name. Because we got an hour, I'm going to rush through a little bit, but I'll follow it up with blogs. Everything starts with a name and place. You know, I always tell people, the first man that was created, his name was Adam. His only function was to name things. He was a namer of things. Naming is defining. In today's world, the name is the domain name, and the place is the hosting service. Everything starts with the name and place. The precious real estate in the world is no longer land. It is cyberspace. It is a space in our mind where anything the mind can conceive, as Napoleon Hill, the great author, puts it, anything the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. That is cyberspace. There is no limits to it. Billions are paid for a place in cyberspace. Facebook is in cyberspace. MySpace is in cyberspace. Craigslist is in cyberspace. Google, a billion-dollar company started by two little boys, is in cyberspace. Did they know it will be a multi-billion-dollar organization one day? Not long ago, a few years ago. I think this was before Oyamada.
Yeah, probably just before Oyamada.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cyberspace, the new real estate. I tell people, when you have a child, make sure you get a domain name for your child. As I told you last time, that Neil's daughter, when she was born, I said, first get her the domain name. And he got her mukti.com.
Yes, muktithompson.com.
muktithompson.com.
Yes.
And nobody can get it anymore. She owns it. And she grows up, she'll have it.
Well, we were talking the other day that in the future, parents will probably decide on names based on what domain names are available.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
I got my daughter's name on domain name for her name.
Yes.
That's why I told Neil, your place in cyberspace is called your domain name. That's your domain, and you are the master of your domain. And as nobody can buy cyberspace, you have to rent it. And the people you rent it from are called the hosting service. They're hosting it, they take care of it, it's safe there, and cyberspace, then you can occupy cyberspace now for less than $5 a month and get a name which will only belong to you and which will be your property in cyberspace. You can take it anywhere in the world, and anybody in the world can come to your space. By the way, this is something you have to remember. You don't have to leave your name when you move. The name goes with you wherever you are. And remember one thing. The whole idea of cyberspace and name, I have a blog there which I'll go in a moment. I sent out a blog in yep11.com. And I'll show you how you can even make money doing that on the net. And I'll show you as an example, a live example tonight. So get ready. Everything starts with name. Our lives started with our names. When you were born, you had to be asked by your parents, what is the child's name? Everything starts with the name. So you have to be very careful how you choose the name. So you have to go to yep11.com, and there is in the fast track into import-export business, you will find a whole section of the art of choosing a name. There are companies which charges other companies minimum of $15,000 to choose one name. I'll give you an example. There's an article, I think in Newsweek too, that Nissan paid, that name is called NameLab, about $15,000 to choose the name Sentra, the name of the car, Sentra. Everything, see, the name is branding. And we'll come to that in a later webinars. We are proud of community's name. We have a name. See, name is so important. We have a name for all the animals. If we didn't give the names to animals, we wouldn't know how to identify the animals. We'll call the fish or the eagle, the dove, the eagle. So we know what a dove is and what an eagle is. We have a name for planets and galaxies. We say this is the Milky Way, the galaxy. We say this is the sun, this is the thing. By the way, now they have found a new planet, which is many times bigger than our star and bigger than our sun, which is like our planet Earth is like a dot in that big, huge planet. We live, it hasn't been given a name yet. It's given a number. We live in a fascinating world. Nothing can be done unless we have a name for it. Choose name carefully and with foresight. If you go here, for example, I'm just read the blog on www.yep11.com, and the name of the blog is Preparation to Build an Online Remote Controlled Business. I'll go in there just to show it to you. I'll give you a little glimpse of there. And you will see yourself in choosing the name. This is the blog that I have there. And see, this is the yep11.com, the resource center for the Yep. And so you go to the blog, I'll click on the blog here, and you see Preparation to Build an Online Remote Control Business. I'm intentionally showing you this blog to show you in a few minutes how you can make money just with blogs. Okay? I did this purposely to give you a laboratory experience of how money is made online. And see, in a moment, just be patient, and I'll show it to you. Preparation to build an online remote control business. The big question, why can't I seem to get off the ground? Why can't I get started in my own business? So I actually use this line because that's the biggest problem most people have. So I actually made it into an audio. People can't read. They don't have the time to read. They can listen. They can even download it as an MP3 and listen to it later. It's only 7 minutes and 26 seconds, and you can play it. But also, I have given it as a, as a transcription of it. Now over here, at the bottom over here, I have said, like if you look it up here, it says hosting domain service. This is where you can find out whether your chosen name is available. You can sign up for your hosting service. We'll be talking about hosting service in the upcoming webinar on July 21st, 2010. Till then, familiarize yourself with the various services. So if we clicked here, we will see for $4.95, you can get your business started, your name hosted, and you have a place in cyberspace. Now, we'll come back to it in a moment. Okay, and we'll have to now what we do is you can have as many names as you like. You can have as many names as you like. You're not restricted to one name. I have got many names. I've got yesterday. I said, can you get not yesterday, a few days ago, doingbusinessinamerica.com. I got tulshisen.com, tulshisenconsulting.com, all the names. And as we go on in your training, I'll show you how you can use that. Once you understand this business, you will enjoy doing it for the pleasure of it. And then you won't believe this, money will follow. The difference between domain and business names. That is very important. Domain name is your computer identification name. It's called the URL, and the domain, the www, is the URL. But business name is different. Like I have, like yep11.com belongs to Tulsi Sen Consulting. And or yep11, Yep I Can belongs to your organizations there. So what you're looking at, choosing a business name is very important. I have to show you something. There's a transport company named Fluke Transport. I was going to Stratford the other day, and we took a photograph, and this truck was passing by. It's called Fluke Transport. If you can see it here, it's called Fluke Transport, FT. This company was established somewhere in 1920. It's an old company. So while we were driving with this, I actually passed by this, and I took the picture of this. And at the back, it says, if it's on time, it's a Fluke. So what? They capitalized on it. Why? Because this company was started. This trucking pioneer, Bobby Fluke, was born in 1921. 1 year after his father started hauling goods with a single horse-drawn wagon. A few years later, his father added a truck, and soon enough, Bobby joined the business, and over the years grew the fleet. Now, so what happened? They realized that the name Fluke Transport sounded, well, unsure. It may go there or may not go there.
Yeah, that's true, doesn't it?
Like one client of mine, long time ago, he came to me and he says, I want to name my business after my last name. I said, fine. What's your last name? He said, my last name is Crook. I said, C-R-O-O-K. I said, I respect your last name, but if you put Crook and Associates, I don't think you will have a lot of credibility. See, the thing is this, as much, the whole idea is, how can, so the naming a business, so go to the manual, that section, and check it out, read it, and take your time before you choose your business name and before you choose your domain name. But make sure you get a domain name and get a hosting service right away. Because before we finish it, you will have a blog, you'll be hosting, and I'll show you how you can make money. This is not your business plan. This is just to give you samples. Like when you go to a big supermarket, they give you a piece of cheese or a piece of something there. So you taste it, you love it. So you go to the aisle and pick up a pound or two of the same thing. What I'm telling you is not to rely on just what you're listening. I want you to experience this. So when I got my first money on the internet, it was not a lot. But believe you me, nothing was more exciting. I said, today, $20, tomorrow, $2,000, and day after tomorrow, who knows what. So I'm going to show you an affiliate plan. This blog that I showed you, remember, and I said I was going to make money out of it? Let's go back to yep11.com. Let's go back there and see what happened. So I go to my blog. This is what I go to my blog, and I give you my service. I sell you nothing. I'm giving you a service, even the possibility of getting your hosting service and your domain name right here. And I'm not going, so you won't waste time, you won't postpone, you will not waste any time. You're not going to pay me a penny. I'm not going to take any money out of you. But I'm still going to make money. So can you. So let's go and go to next slide, income potential. When you click on that and get the hosting service, if I have 1 to 5 a month signing up in a hosting service for $4.95, I make $50, or my company, that includes Neil, makes $50 per sign up. Now, think, if 6 to 10 a month sign up, I get $75 per sign up. If 11 to 20 a month sign up, I get $100 per sign up. Not from you, from the company where you're signing up. And they're still going to charge you $4.95. I'll explain to you how in a moment. If I get 21 plus a month, $125 per sign up, I get $125 per sign up. Example, they're saying if you send us 21 sign-ups in any month, you'll get $125 times 21 times $2,625 a month. And what is the beauty of this? Neil, do you realize the beauty of this? I'm helping people without taking money from them to build a business. And I do not have to even worry about whether the thing works or not, because that company becomes responsible. And I check them out. You check them out. Their website is there. And of course, HostGator is one of the best companies going in the world today. But this $2,625 comes to Tulsi Sen Consulting. If I get 125 times 21 a month, just setting up blogs, setting up articles, and then they're doing it.
And you're recommending a service you believe in as well.
Yes.
It's a great service.
Because you believe in this, you are in it as well.
Yes.
Brian phoned up and he said, I'm going to you're going to make money, to ask me.
Yes,
I
yes.
said, yes, we're going to make money. Yes, we're going to make money. But you are not going to, you're going to pay $4.95 anyway. You're not going to pay a penny more. Why? How can they do?
Brian was very excited by the concept. He was very excited
Yeah.
that he was going to do that, and this is one of the ways you make money on the internet.
Otherwise, forever you'll be searching where to go, how to do it. And in the most beautiful part of it, you can cancel anytime.
Well, the beauty of it is the shopping has been done by someone else, because there's so many products to choose out there. There's a lot of duds. There's a lot of ones that you don't really want to do business with, but you're going to have to learn the hard way.
Yes. We have
and
to
this
know
way you don't have to learn the hard way.
Yes.
Because
so
it's been screened for you. Yeah.
Yes. We went through, so does it take this? That's what potential it has. Are they signed up? Are they tied up to a contract? No contracts. Nothing. And also, when you start your blog, because next when I actually go and do it with you throughout this process, you will also put up that banner in your blog, and you will get people to sign up, and you will be making the money as well. And you know the most beautiful part? You're not selling anything. You're servicing people.
And I think a lot of people might ask, a lot of people who are watching will say, well, if they're only paying $4.95 a month, how can they pay out $50 for referring someone like that? How does that work?
That's a good question. I'm glad you brought it up, Neil. How can they pay you $125 when you're only paying $5, and in a whole year you pay $60? It's like this. They know if you sign up, if you do business, you'll be signed up for a lifetime, because that's your business. Your children will take over. Second, you will be buying domain names after domain names. Each domain name you buy, say you spend $10, $15, and they make a few dollars. So they know they don't want to load you up front. They know anybody that signs up in a hosting service are serious people. They want business. They want to do it. They play the numbers game. Of course, there'll be a lot of people who will fall out. That's a given. So
and you also know they have a good service then too. That they believe in their service. Yeah.
Yes, they do believe in their service, and that's why everywhere you go among the internet experts that I have been dealing with worldwide, and they were telling me, Tushi, HostGator has been the best so far. So I said, okay, but I am not in. See, I started off with one-on-one. And my website is still with one-on-one, and we'll change it over. And they also have an affiliate program, and I used to recommend that. By the way, one-on-one is the world's largest, and it's excellent. HostGator, GoDaddy, and one-on-one I can recommend without batting an eyelid. They're absolutely first class. GoDaddy is a place we will talk about it as we go on. This is only the second webinar. I'm going to get you deep into it. But if I get too deep too soon, it'll scare you off too. It may not, but I'm not going to take any chances. I want you to build your whole business and life, so you can actually take care of a child and change a diaper and do your business. Change her diaper and do your business, like you should do.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my goal. My goal is to motivate you, empower you, and show you how you can build a career in this world. Okay? Now, we'll create you in upcoming webinar, probably the next one, we will go right into the business of creating your own blog or website. We'll start out with a simple one, not too complicated. And then you can take it as complicated as you like. Okay? And you'll build your own home and go right to the world like the picture shows you. The possibilities that are immediately available to you following these 8 webinars. Look at the possibilities. You have to be patient. Don't be impatient. You waited all these years. So don't expect that right away you're going to have it. Like, you have to fall in love. You have to have courtship, and then you can have a baby. But not right away. Okay, let's have the baby. Create a business plan and then launch the business. So all this will lead to you creating a business plan. First of all, you have to decide which interests you most. Something that you love to do, not you have to do. So we will go through these webinars will stimulate your imagination, stimulate your interest, and you will reconfirm and confirm and reconfirm that you have the freedom, you have choices. Choices belongs to you. You can create a vision of your life. You can be in Moose Factory or Moosonee or Chapleau Cree. You can be in any place and do business. Keep it as small as you like, make it as big as you want. You will need funding to do that. So we have to create a business plan. The funding in this business is your time and a few software and equipments. And of course training. We'll give you some ideas here, and which will stimulate your imagination. And you'll come up with your own ideas. Nothing is better than your own ideas. Nothing. Some of them will appear to be harebrained ideas. And who knows where you can go with it. Remember, nothing is impossible in this world anymore.
Yeah, I know a good example of a harebrained idea, as you mentioned to me before, is overnight success with Fred Smith of Federal Express.
Oh, yes.
How he came up with a business plan to start overnight express package delivery, and his professor thought he was absolutely nuts for that idea. Barely
yes, actually, he got an P.
Yes.
He got a P, just a pass, out of kindness. Remember, his professor said, why would anybody pay $20 to send a letter across to Los Angeles when you can pay over 15 cents on a postage stamp those days, or even less, and it'll reach in 2 or 3 days?
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Now look at it. FedEx is all over the world. UPS have gone overnight. Even the Canada Post and the USPS, United States Postal Service, have gone overnight. DHL has come. It's billions of packages move every day, overnight. So you see now harebrained ideas. He started it in Memphis, Tennessee, FedEx. If you actually have to believe in it. You have to believe in it. Nothing is impossible today. His wife supported him. Nobody believed in him. His name is Fred Smith, and there's a book. It's called Overnight Success. You should read that book. Then you can create your own record label. I'll show you how you can create your own record label and then put it in the market and put it up in Amazon and CD Baby and create a website for it, and people can actually get it. Because in eBay, sometimes, eBay you can't sell digital products. So but you can sell a CD. We'll get to all of that. We just begun. But it'll take not too long, because we have to give you, first, these are the baby steps. Then we'll go and start running. You know why a kid always falls down when he learns to walk? Because it puts both the feet at the same time out there instead of one at a time. Because he wants to run faster. Just for example, this is Kunaki. You have a record. You have a song. You have a music. You can even record. You can audio tape or record record animals, calls of animals. You can record the river and the calls of animals. You can create meditational tapes out of the sheer waterfalls nearby, or the sound of the wind. Okay, we'll give you ideas, and then you can go, and right there they'll make full color glossy, fully assembled, cellophane wrapped, high quality retail radio products with free UPC barcodes. They'll put it up for you. All you have to do, use their software, and you can design it right online with them. No minimum commitments or contracts, and no setup, mastering, or hidden charges. We send you a free review copy of your product. So when they do it, fast and simple. What do you design, configure, and manufacture in one day? Use your software to design your disc, case inserts, and select your contents.
So even all the packaging is done there, right?
Yes. Yes. See what happens. They have a software. You can use their software. You can use your software. Orders when you need order what you need when you need it. You don't have to have a warehouse full of goods there. You don't have to buy a minimum of so many quantities. We can drop ship to any address. Just-in-time production means risk-free, zero warehousing costs. Now, that is a gift in today's world. Dropship means, suppose your customer sends you an order on the web and you get payment. You immediately tell this company you can actually send an email. They have a format, and they will make the CD, put it in that jewel case with all the packaging, and ship it off to your customer with your return address, and send you an email to send that it's been sent. Automatic fulfillment. Use our XML, HTTP web service, PayPal, CSV, and manual interfaces to manufacture and ship one or more units to your customer. Publish at no cost to you. Our automated factory also accepts credit card orders on your behalf to instantly manufacture and ship your products to your customers. We report sales with the customer's name, addresses to you, and send you a check each month for an amount equal to the quantity sold multiplied by the price you set. You set a price. You say, I want to sell it for $19.95. And they will send you a check less what their cost is. And their cost is CD with jewel case, includes manufacturing assembly, full color CD printing, jewel case, full color 2-panel insert, full color tray card, cellophane wrapping, UPC barcode, 24-hour rush manufacturing. All-inclusive price is $1 US. Price is valid for 10 or less units per order. For larger orders, please see our price page. Now, can you believe this?
Yeah.
You know,
That is
how
amazing.
can you resist? But now we're going to build a business plan around it. You just can't go without a plan and a strategy and a focus and a goal. So when we make the executive summary and we say, okay, now we're going to plan this kind of music. This is the genre. This is what we're going to do. We're going to get, there's some ideas I had. I was talking to a musician who's a struggling musician. I said, no, you can go to public domain. See if any music that has been in use for copyright has not been renewed for X number of years. You have to look up how many years. I think it's about 50 years or so. Is now public domain. So you can get that music and remodify it with the technology we have today. Like you see, like Unforgettable of what do you call that?
Nat King Cole.
Nat King Cole is now modified with his daughter Natalie King Cole, and uses her father's song and overlays it with her voice. So all these ideas will come up to you. You can have your drummings and all the kids' drummings, and you can have videos. It's not only audio, it's also video. Customizing t-shirts. We're running out of time.
In one screen there, also for DVD is the same pricing.
Yes, DVD is exactly the same price. And you can have it up in Amazon. You can do it in, what do you call, like another business that we'll go into is, say, customizing t-shirt. Design your own t-shirt. This business t-shirt you design. Like, just to give you a quick idea of how this thing is done. Let's go and get design your own. Let me go here. Okay. So loading the.
So you're actually going to be able to go on the line. The customer could go on the line and actually create their own T-shirt.
No, actually, you will be having this software on. You're having this software on your website. If somebody wants to get into this business.
Yes.
And they can come and pick the products. There's a, see over here, there's a products here. Look at the cursor. And
Your
you can
microphone,
add
you sound like you're a little far away right now.
yeah. You can have your art. See, for example, products. I can go and choose a product. So I can choose polo shirt, I can use sweatshirt, t-shirt, ladies, organic, teens. So let's go and get this shirt here. Now you can say add art. So I go and take, I can add art and I can put, no, say business. So we go to, now we are talking about money teams. Okay. And you can say, you can actually put this thing here or this thing here and add art.
I
Okay.
think you have to just drag it over, I think, right?
Yeah. Money. And you can take it and you can put it down here. Okay. Then you can put add text. And you can put, I have to put my microphone down and put I am rich. Just to give an idea, I am cool, whatever it is. And you can put add text. So now you can move it here, move it there. You can change the size. You can add color. You can do everything there. And then you can get a coat. Then they can come and get a coat.
And
how many pieces they want.
Do the back of the shirt as well and everything else.
Yeah, you can go to the back. You can go say back, left hand side, right hand side. So this is a software which you can download and put it on your website and send it off to this company. They make it and they can ship it out to your customer, and you collect the money first, and then out of that, whatever your cost is, you pay them, and we'll show you and even create a business plan for you to start. These are just few ideas. You can do it mugs, cups, pens, banners. You see, look at polo shirts, bags, hats, posters and banners, team uniforms. You can go anywhere and put all the colors you want. And so that is, so you see, customizing t-shirt. For example, let me give you an idea. Threadless is a company. The co-founder is Jack Nickel. He was aged 30 years old, and the project was threadless. Now they're worth about $50 million. What do? They get you to work for them and design t-shirts. Threadless is a community-centered online apparel store run by Skinny Corp of Chicago, Illinois. since 2000, year 2000. Co-founder Jack Nickel and Jacob DeHart started the company with $1,000 in seed money. And after entering an internet t-shirt design contest, members of the Threadless community submit. So what happens is members of the Threadless community submit t-shirt designs online. The designs are then put to a public vote. So you can invite all the people, say in Mushkagak region, have a design t-shirt contest. And then you get a group of elders to decide who's going to the victory, the winner. And you have a prize for that. A small percentage of submitted designs are selected for printing and sold through online store. Creators of the winning design receive a prize of cash and store credit. Just doing that alone, just doing that, they have built a business, a multi-million-dollar business. The next business plan I was thinking about is start your own clothing line. You won't believe this. This has been like so many women, men want to start. You know, there's a software right now. This software, you can design on computer clothes, fashion design software, how to start your own line, find garment factories who will do it for you, learn how to design, line sheets, spec sheets, fashion superstore, and you can build it. And you won't believe. Digital Fashion Pro, fashion design software, design your own clothing. You can mix it with Aboriginal clothes and with foreign and Western clothes and create. Like I met the designer of Puma, one of the designer Puma in Hong Kong. And she was telling me, you know, you can take the Aboriginal idea because Puma is a big designer and she's Swiss. And she was telling me, you can take Aboriginal you have to have European content mixed with it, and it can do tremendously well. And the same with the Indians from India and things like that. A complete fashion design software system with training wrapped in one. You know, design jeans, dresses, t-shirts, coats, shoes, handbags, jackets, suits, lingerie, swimwear, sportswear, underwear, baby clothing, polos. You know, there is nothing more powerful. You can start your own TV network. We can do a plan for that. You can write a book and publish it online and print and market it around the world. You can start your own radio station and go global. You can create your website. This is the whole program. This is just the beginning. And the beautiful story, today everybody wants to hear stories. People are too busy. People have 90-hour weeks. And super executives have 120-hour weeks. That's a Harvard Business Reports article, not mine. Children need to hear stories. You can have animated stories, real stories, online storytelling. This morning I got up, I had an epiphany, and I wrote this down. Conventional concept of small business has lost its value. Every small business has the making of big business. It needs to be big. The old-fashioned craftsmen making their crafts and selling to a local market, to small little merchants, is lost. In cyberspace and World Wide Web. And the enormous business of the time is gone. People have become faceless and is ordered around by lifeless entities of hosting service, domain names, shopping carts, payment gateways. And every person's mind has now become like a kingdom. We have to overcome our limitations of thinking of before. If you're localized, if you use a localized mind, we'd be driving with our eyes to the rear view mirror. Everything is globalized. Instead of going to Timmins to get a microphone, you can sit in your room and order it online. A committed, motivated, inspired entrepreneur will work harder and diligently than an entrepreneur whose mind is localized. Globalized doesn't mean you have to be big. You have to take the market. It's your world. The world is your marketplace. And your world is what you want it to be. You're everywhere here. Thank you very much. Next week, I think we'll start on building a blog and getting started. Rolling up our sleeves, we have done it today. And looking forward to next week. Go, this will be recorded. This is being recorded. It will be put up. Listen to it a few times. Watch it a few times. It'll help you. It's all made for you out there to get the freedom to choose what you want to be. Thank you. Good night, and see you soon.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.